And welcome back to Channel 7 News. I'm Nathan Deal. Your top story tonight. Many of the students at the Art Institute of California, Silicon Valley have found themselves in a bit of a shock when they discovered that the student housing program was about to get shut down.
Initially, I was pissed off. I mean, one of the ways they advertised student housing was that was a safe and secure your location where students can live. It's no longer going to be a location for us, and it's no longer going to be secure because we all have to move out by December 20th.
I mean, rather say it now than later, because as soon as you graduate from here, they kick you out within like the first 2-3 days that you graduated. So you have only 2-3 days to pack everything you have that you accumulated over the years and then go.
Yes, I was informed by the student director, Sari, about a month or so ago when she knew about it. But it doesn't affect me so much because I'm graduating, so I'm looking for a new place anyways.
As people know, we've been at Fair Oaks for a long time. We've had housing there for as long as anyone can remember. And just this last July, the property was actually purchased by a new company, a pretty big company. They're named Prometheus. And it became apparent right away that they were planning on a total renovation. First instinct was to look elsewhere. We've always had student housing. It was certainly something we wanted to keep. So we went around. It's actually been a while since I've been looking for rentals in this area, and the rent over the last couple of years was really shocking about how expensive it is just in the immediate area. But I do think in the long run it'll be in a student's best interest to find something that they're really happy with, and ultimately that's what I hope, is that the students are happy.
I find it kind of unfair, yeah, that they took it out, and now people that do want to come over here they want to spend too much money.
I don't know. The whole event is kind of shaking a lot of people's faith and sense of security when it comes to AI. So if I can't find a place to live by the end of December 20th or the end of my lease agreement, I am not going here anymore.
It really depends on what their financial plan had in it, so I encourage them to come and see their financial aid officer to see what their options are. We want to at least see students every 9 months to make sure that their award letter is still works for them. So if a student is using a loan such as the Parent Plus loan or a private alternative loan, that's where usually they have the excess money to then use that money for rent in addition to tuition. After the tuition costs are covered, students that have borrowed beyond that, that's when they can request the money for a refund. Students on payment plans that are in housing or moving out, it's going to affect their payment plan as well. I mean, if you're on a payment plan, you wouldn't have anything extra to use, but it could even lower your payments possibly and allow you to maybe afford more in an apartment. But if they don't need it, then we would actually encourage them to return it to the lender or just not borrow as much. So then in the long run, they're not borrowing that money they don't need. It might be a little bit tricky now that they have to, kind of think some more about managing their money, because the money is going to come directly to them. And usually students will get 3 months at a time. Each quarter is 3 months. So if you're getting a check where it was automatically being paid before, if you're getting a check and you have to manage that money for 3 months, it could be kind of tricky. So it's important to manage your money and also really know what expenses there are going to be.
Because we're just out of high school, we have almost no credit, no real job history. I mean, I work for the school. He works for a car wash business. We don't really have much. We're going to get overlooked. We're going to have other people take the apartment over us. No matter how fast we apply to those Craigslist apartment ads, it's going to be a while before we find a place willing to accept us.
Because of everything, I decided to move back to my parents. It's in San Jose, and I figured it was the cheapest route.
Just find another place, stay with them for a while, then just graduate from here. It's not as difficult as it may seem or how it may get to, because they've already moved me once, and there's a lot of things that I had to pack up and send back to home. So, I'm now carrying a lighter load on me.
For now, many students are still upset, but AI is doing their best to solve this problem in hopes of maintaining attendance and giving their students the opportunity to continue practicing creativity for life. Live in San Jose, I'm Nathan Deal reporting. Have a good night.